we're going to start with taking a drive around the site here because it's fairly large and there's not so much buildings, just a few of them. And so you get a feel of the whole area before we going to walk by the core part of this project site. So we're gonna go sit down in the car, but at first we're gonna show you a map, and I hope Carolina have it so you can see it.
Yes, I will share it.
So you can see
And
in
I have also
what direction we're gonna go. Hopefully you have all got this morning. It's done fairly quick, as you can see, by hand. And we're gonna start. We're outside a store here called Biltema. I'm gonna show you when I get out. And we're gonna go at first to see the southern part of the site, and we're gonna stop in a couple of places so you can ask questions on the way, and also in the southern part, and then we're gonna go see the northern part and how it connects to the planned area that is not built yet, but it's on its way. And then at the end we're gonna go back and we're gonna park a car and we're gonna walk through the core part of the site where the station, the proposed station, will be in the future. So that's how we're gonna go about with this. So I'm gonna put on the camera now.
Yeah, and then I stop sharing, Bosse.
Yeah. So, and we have some participants here on the site, 3 of them, and we also have a driver here. And Anne and I'm going to go in the front car, and the other one is going to follow us, and they're going to follow on Zoom because of Corona. We can't go in and share the same car. So let's be on the way. Anne, are you ready? Well, I'm just going to ask something in Swedish. Har ni så ni kan koppla upp er på Zoom när ni sitter i bilen, så följer ni efter oss? Ja. Okay. Carolina, can you send a link?
Yes, I have sent it.
All right.
I have sent it too.
All right. Hon har sänt en länk till på där, så vi ska kunna koppla upp nu då. Yes. All right. And let's go. Right, and this is the store, Biltema. If you have seen the pictures in the program, you see this before. And this is the very southern part of the shopping area, semi-external shopping area in Karlskoga. And this is the largest store in this area. So here we go, and Anne is going to be driving, and that's very good because then it's going to be a smooth drive. If I've done that, it would be more rally-like, and would be finished in 15 minutes or so. This is going to go smooth and fine. We're going to wait and see so the other cars can follow. They are. So at first here, we're gonna go out on the street that runs through this shopping area, and down here at the left is the site itself, but we're gonna look more closely at that in a minute. At first, we're gonna go up to the roundabout that connects the whole area to the main road between Karlskoga and Degerfors. And this is a quite busy road with a lot of commuters and other traffic. So we're gonna go around here so you can get a feel for how you connect to the whole area. And probably, and on the right, you have the site itself. And this roundabout probably will be the way you connect to the station area and everything here in the future. I say probably because we don't know for sure, but I would think so. Like that. And here we go down right into the project site now. And we're going to look closer to that a little later. We're going to go around, as you see on the map. I'm going to turn right here. And this is the western part of the project area we're in right now. And we're going to go up and around to the main road here. And if we look this way, you can see Biltema, a big sign there. And this agriculture land is part of what we're going to exploit later on in the process. We come up to, we can see on the right-hand side is a cycle road that goes between Karlskoga and Degerfors. And this is the main road. And if we, as you can see on your maps there, if you're looking at that, same time, right some here, this is where the future railway would pass, probably over the main road and this part of the area. And that means right now we have passed to the south side of the railway and station area. And we're gonna looking here. Oh, how this is a well, fairly usual kind of agriculture area that you see in Sweden, with a lot of red houses. And this land is, some of it is used for now for agricultural reasons. Some of it is just, well, kept open more or less. There, in this part is no cattle or anything like that. It's just some that's grown here, but most of it is for animal feed. Over here, there's going to be more residential areas planned in the future. There's an old building that the municipality owns, and now we come down to the new built Espenes. This is this area is building right now, and most of the lots have houses on them, but some of them are just on their way up or waiting to be on the way up. So this is south of the future railway tracks, and we're gonna make a loop down to that part of this area that is close to the lake. And as you can see here, it's a quite beautiful area we have here. In the information we have given so far, we have talked about the 100 meters closest to the shore of the lake. There is nothing supposed to be exploited. So why is this possible? Yes, it's possible because there is old small houses here, some cottages. That means that the shore is kind of taken, and then you can build and exploit behind it. That's okay in because of Swedish law. This part you can see is the levels are fairly different, and that's because we have a small ravine here. There's a couple of those in the area, but apart from these ravines, the land is falling smoothly down towards the lake. No big topographic differences. We're back on the same street we drove before. And now we're gonna go north right now, and we're gonna take another road down to the shore. Right on the left-hand side there is the future station area. So now we are like southeast of it, and the future railway tracks would come in just in front of us. We will actually now, a couple of meters ahead of us, we're going to pass where the tracks will come in from the lake and go westbound from there. And the core area is here on the left-hand side. We're going to get back to that later on. First, we're going to go down to the shore of the lake, and as you can see here, we can take the car any further than to this left here, but we're going to park, and then we're going to go outside and go down to the lake. And when we get there is the first chance to have some questions to ask them. So we have the other participants behind us here. So this is a kind of clubhouse we have down here. That's why we have this thing in the way. I can't remember the name of this, Carolina. What is this called in English? So this is a clubhouse. I think it's a small church that runs it, and well, it's mainly used in the summer, and mainly for kids, I would say. The tracks would be here on the left-hand side, north of this clubhouse, and somewhat down here we will have the bridge attachment. If that's going to be very close to the shore or if it's going to be further up depends on what level the bridge is going to be above the water, and if it's going to connect to the level that's where the station area is. This is a place where we can get very close to the shore. That's why we stop in right here. As you can see here, it's a small summer cottages. We have a couple of those here, these here, but they're all on the land of the municipality. So it's the land is high and they own the houses. But as said before, the 100 meters from the shore and closest to the shore, we don't think, or it's probably not even possible to exploit. So what we see here is maybe a development of a recreation area where you can, well, the people in general, public, can go by the shore and, well, go by the shore the whole way, maybe from all the way from Degerfors up to the town of Karlskoga. Well, I think that's it for now. Do we have any questions for this part of the drive? What do you say, Carolina? Is there something?
You can raise your hand if you have any question. No, it seems like no one has a question for now. So,
All right.
no, sorry, we have one.
Okay.
So you have to unmute your. Yes, we have a question.
Hello.
Hi there.
Thank you for the site visit. Actually, I had a question that maybe it becomes clear after we receive the documents, but there are some private ownership within the land, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and would that be clear in the map, like the property lines? And I wanted to also know that the intervention or the proposal should not touch the private ownerships, or they can also propose something that also includes the private ownership.
We're gonna get you a map that shows these private properties. That in the whole area, it's not a big part. It's a couple of them, and I've been thinking if we're gonna let them be outside. I think you need to have that alternative in a way, that we cannot purchase them for some reason. But on the other hand, if we exploit this part with a new part of the city, maybe they don't want to stay put there, and maybe they're gonna put them in the market or want the municipality to buy the property. So maybe it could be a part of the proposals as well. So we as far as we are now, we keep that open. We're going to get back to you and be a little bit more clear about that.
Okay, thank you.
Right? Anyone else? I'm going to ask some of the participants here. Do you have any questions so far about what we've seen?
No.
All right. I saved them for later. I'm going to ask over here. Any questions so far about what we've seen? No, that's okay. Clear so far. Then we're going to go back to the cars and go for the northern part of the site. And now we're going to be even more in the outskirts and outside. So we're going to see the boundary for the study area and where it connects to the planned area that you can see on your map. So, can you hear the birds? Or
Yes, we hear them.
Very good. It's a very beautiful day. It's been a cold spring, so we've really been waiting for this. Now someone is calling, and do you hear me right now?
We don't see you.
No, I'm gonna let it ring out because last time we had this problem. I just was thrown out of Zoom, so I'm gonna let it ring out. Now I should be back.
Yes, now you're back.
Oh, good. So I'm gonna be stepping into the cars again. Right. But everything we see here is within the project area. So this and when we are this far, we are about 100 meters from the shore. So at this point here, we expect some proposal what to do, definitely. Let's see, belts on. So we're on our way again, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna drive right through the future station area and cross the railway, the proposed railway tracks.
Ja, men,
Ja, de,
aha. Men de kör de här inte.
de ser kör på. All right. As you can see here on the right-hand side over this field, you can see Biltema. And right now we passed the spot for the railway tracks. And this is the street where we came before. Now we're gonna go through the actual station area. This is where somewhere from here and up to the main road. Oh, okay. I forgot my belt. But we're gonna get back here and we're gonna walk this road. That you can ask more questions about it at that time.
Men vi åker till Finnebäck.
And now we're almost back where we started, but we're gonna pass Biltema now and go north and then go down to the northern part of the site. This is, as we've seen before, part of the project site. Just up close here is the newest part we have planned, and there is some businesses gonna establish here in this year probably. I can say this shopping area was, if we go back 10-15 years ago. Oh,
Now you disappeared again.
all right.
Now it's back.
Okay, we're back. Okay. Okay. It was like a combined business and business area, but also other kind of companies. But it's more and more becoming stores and everything, but we're not there yet. It's a little mixed, sort of. And in the middle of this house, residential house, we're passing out through a small forest that is kind of a buffer zone between these businesses and the at this time agriculture areas, but between the business and the future residential area. We think this forest, maybe not all of it, should be kept, both for a buffer zone itself, but as for recreation and things like that. Now we're coming out of the forest, and here is one of the private properties we see here. But this is just the houses here that is private. The land around it back in the days were a part of this, and it was a farm that is bought by the municipality. So the land we see here in front of us on the left side of the municipality. So this north.
Sorry,
somewhere.
you froze for a while. If you can say what you said last sentence one more time.
Was about the private property, or?
Yes.
Yeah. We passed the private property there, but it's only the houses now. This private owned. The land around it that's used to be a part of the farm is now owned by the municipality. Here is another private property, as we see here, still within. But now we passed out into the study area, so we're not in the project area anymore. And you can see the lake again. And right here, we're passing into the newly planned residential area. So we are, nothing is built right here, right now. So it's nothing different from anything else you see. But next year, it's going to be roads and streets here, and the building's going to be on its way. We're going to turn around here, go back the same way, because now we're outside even the study area. But all the things you can see here is the newly planned residential area. And you can see some of the lots marked with the sticks here. We're gonna make a stop a little bit further down this road, so we can, you can, if you have more questions about this northern part, you can ask them. The boundary for the planned area would be, yeah, right here, where you have the evergreen and this old telephone pole here. So from this point now, it's not planned, but this is also areas where we are gonna plan future residential areas. And this study area connects with, as you can see on the map, with the planned area. So we're on our way back south again, and I'm gonna stop somewhere here. We have a good view, and just step out of the car and see if you have some more questions. Right. Out here. On the left-hand side now, we have the project area, and like 250 meters ahead where we were before, when we went down to the shore. And this is some of the most important parts of this area. How to, well, where should the residential area stop, and where should there be businesses and other functions and facilities that is connected to the future travel hub. That is some of the main questions we have for this competition. And to do this, you have to have some thoughts about the parts north of here, because it's all going to be connected together with the planned parts and down to the station and the travel hub. And as you can see here, we have the lake a couple of 100 meters east of here. So we have the 100 meters is absolutely no problem. We can go right away down to the shore from here with exploitation. Okay, questions for now.
Raise your hands if you have any questions.
Everything is clear so far, or?
Now we got one question.
Yeah.
Two, yeah. First, Andrea.
Do you want to preserve the land, the agricultural land?
We cannot preserve all of it, and we hope we can use most part of this agricultural land for the exploitation. As you can see, it's very small scale, and taking this agriculture land is not you can take for granted. That's for sure. But we're going to see if we can use most of it, or maybe all of it, and maybe we can compensate with other areas instead. That is the way it might be done. Other municipalities is trying that way right now. But I can also say this is one as I say of the private properties that even though it's maybe not going to be private owned in the future, it's quite a fine building and parts that should maybe be preserved anyway, just for the reason.
Yes. Next question, Yandin.
Hello.
Yeah.
My question is about the size of the competition project. We have two border. One is the yellow one, and one is the bigger one. You called it strategic area, and we want to know like how much we should do in that strategic area.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe not a question for me because that's the way the competition is formed. But we think you have to have some thoughts about the red area so you get it right within the project, the yellow area. So you cannot let it. You must be thinking about the red area, but not more on a strategic level, maybe. Yeah. For us, you can do as much as you want actually within the red area. We don't mind. It is good for us. The more idea we have and get, the better it is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Right then, if there are no more questions, I was gonna ask one of the participants here. You see one is out in the field taking pictures. So, any question for the screen? Or you save them for later on. All right. Okay, we'll go back to the cars, and then gonna go back to the core parts of the project area, and we're gonna take a walk through there. Vad sa du? I'm going to go silent for a couple of seconds. Okay, I'm back again. I'm gonna put on our seatbelts and drive on. Right, we're on the way again.
Bosse, now we don't see your screen. Oh,
No,
Good.
something came up here.
Yeah, no,
Are
it's,
you,
yes.
it's back. Yeah, it was some, oh. Somehow it's connected to the car's audio.
Is it the car behind you?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna mute.
So,
All right. Now, try to charge the battery at the same time we drove, but then it connected to the car audio. That was the good thing. So, do you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we hear you.
Yeah, good. So we're driving back to the small forest here, back into the shopping area. So I wouldn't say that all of these forests have to be left out of this, but we think a buffer zone for many reasons is needed between the business and the residential area. So here we are again. I would think, hopefully, when we have a station here, we're gonna see this shopping area is being more like representative. Now it's a little mixed, and as you can see here, there's supposed to be a building coming up pretty soon here, but just now it looks like kind of tacky. I would say. We're gonna park where we start, and then we're gonna take this walk. Okay. I'll gonna put on my 4-wheel drive here and go down through the ditch. As you can see here now, as we passed before, this is the last land before we stop because of the future station area. So. Have to wait a little so they can keep up. If maybe you've seen the study that White architects done for this part, when we try to figure out how far south we could go for now. We think that the connection with the shopping area here is going to be straight line from the street you see ahead here, and coming down and connect to a new road that goes from the roundabout on the left hand side. But you shouldn't look too much on that study that White have done, because you're free to choose any solution you find here. From this point here, south of here, is where the kind of main project is, and also on this side. What do we need around a travel hub to make it work the way it should be? And here I must be clear that the station itself and the tracks and everything going by that's the government and the state that decides and form. Maybe we're going to be a part of that discussion, but the decisions is not made by the municipality. But from that point, we have to think right now, what areas do we need to save to get the space for all those functions and facilities, and which function should there be? So this would be an attractive travel hub that we can make the most out of. Right now we're closing up to the part where the tracks are coming, and the location of the tracks that we see here, then that we worked and plan around, is from a study that Karlskoga municipality and 4 other municipalities did a couple of years ago for our strategic planning, and we call it a possibility study. And the most likely stretch for this railway in the future. That might sound like it's very unsure, but as we have described it in the program and also in the films we provided, the lake, the narrowest part of the lake is just east of here, and we cannot see any other place where a bridge and a railway can come over the lake. And there are housings both on the north side and the south side, so we kept this part free for this reason. So we are very sure this is where it's going to come, but maybe not exactly where it's shown there, but it's fairly accurate, I would say. Right here is where we will say we right now would be in the station area, maybe even within the station. This is where the track system coming in from the east and passes right here and goes that direction to the west. And as it's presented, we think most of the facility is going to be on the north side. That's how we've seen it, because that's the side that the town is. but there could be things on the south side as well. So there's absolutely no. If you want to try stuff on the south side of the station and track area, there's no problem doing that. But something also that you have to acknowledge is we have the European highway running right through Karlskoga as it is now, and we want that European highway to go on the same bridge and come at this spot as well. That is something that's been planned for decades actually, and when that was planned, we thought the road is gonna come before the railway. Now it looks like it's the other way around actually. The work with the railway goes way faster than the planning and for a new European highway road. So hopefully we can get that into this national project, or actually international project. So then we have to have a main European highway coming this way. Easiest way is to put it in a tunnel, so we don't have to deal with it, where it's noise and everything else. But that is something to be thinking about, and it seems like it would be easiest to have it on the south side, but that's absolutely nothing that you have to do. You can feel free to think about any other solution you come up with. So we're gonna go on at east here, and somewhere here we're gonna be on the south side again on the tracks, and we're gonna go to a spot where we have a good overview here. But maybe we can take some question now when we are right in the future or proposed station area. Any more questions?
Raise your hands. One put the thumb up. Is that a question? Huh?
Yes, that's a question.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hi, thank you. So the site theme is care valorizing natural elements in landscapes.
Yeah.
So with this large development that's being proposed in the area, my question is, what is the most important ecology type or landscape feature that you would like preserved in the area? Thank you.
The most important thing is, of course, to keep the shores public, and that's legislation actually going to see that we're not allowed to exploit closer than 100 meters. Maybe in a few spots where there's something closer to shore that we can do something behind, but mainly we want to keep that free, and so it's going to be available for the public. We also had the forest we did drive through before, that we think definitely is the larger part that's going to be kept. We have the farmhouse, as we can see just in front of us here. That's probably should be kept as well. And for the rest of it, there are parts that we see maybe going to be a natural part of this exploitation site, but we're not very early in the planning stage here. We're not come to that part, so we haven't thought that much about it, and we hope we're going to get some very good ideas on what could be a natural part of like a travel hub this is going to be in the future totally different from what we see today. It's it's not an area maybe that is silent and away from things, but it's very rural. But gradually, as you can see with this area coming up here, the housing, it's started to change. It's right on the outskirts of town, and the town, as we think, is going to grow along the lake south on both sides, both on the west side here and on the east side. Well, that was a long answer, maybe.
Thank
Any
you.
more questions?
I can say while you're thinking, Karlskoga is not a dense town in any way. It's very widespread with large green areas within the city. They're like green corridors going out in almost every direction from the city center. So what we do here might be just planning Karlskoga the way that Karlskoga has been planned, or just have happened to be in the first, I would say. At first, I don't think this was planning. It's topography and the lake and everything that just make it look the way it is today. Right? Should we move on and take in the last leg of this site presentation? You see, this is the same road we came before, the other direction, and you can see a little more of housing in Espenäs. That area is placed just there because of the future railway, so we had a good distance, so we would have, I wouldn't say any noise, but not noise that is disturbing anyway. And of course, it's possible to work with noise reduction when you build the railway. Something that also have in mind is we see the ground level here. We're not, but the study, the possibility study that where we had the location and the station and everything comes over a pretty high bridge over the lake, and in that study the station area is actually like 6 or 7 meters higher than the ground level we see here. Further west there's a ridge, and which will almost shore. We need to have a tunnel there, and the lower we are here, the longer the tunnel. On the other hand, if you raise the level of the tracks, you have a longer bridge. So which way we do this, or which way it's going to be done, there is some costly parts over the lake and with the tunnel west of here. Right. I think I can say that we didn't go down this dirt road here because it's just goes about 100 meters, but down there is a swimming beach, a small but very popular swimming beach in the middle of this area, and that is the municipality swimming beach, so it's looked after and everything. It's free for the public. So we see here Biltema, and as I said before, where the tracks come in, and where we see this travel hub facilities growing up north, close to the forest, maybe a bit into the forest. The boundary of the forest you should not see as a boundary for the exploitation. If we have good ideas, some of that could be used. In some ways, it's preferred to take wooden area or agriculture areas. So we'll see in which way we're going to deal with this later on, when we come further into the planning of all this. Well, I think that's what we have to say about the site itself. More questions?
I have a question about the community.
Go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. Yes, I have a question about the community. Is there anything particular about the community, the demographic, what they want? Have they been involved in any surveys or having a say about the future of this project in any way?
I would, at this point, not really, because the project itself is something that the municipality have wanted for decades and decades, but the project itself is a state and government project that is going to come here, whatever the municipality itself or its inhabitants say about it. So what we do now is we kind of get ready for it, more or less, and see that, because we think it's very, very important that it comes. So traveling both to Karlskoga and from Karlskoga to work both here and in other spots are going to be easier, and that Karlskoga is going to be a more attractive place to live. We have a very prosperous business climate as it is now. All the large companies that are in Karlskoga are looking to hire, and the problem is to find the right people to hire, because it's very high tech companies we're talking about. So having a railway where you can travel from longer distances to work here, and of course the other way around as well, is going to make the Karlskoga grow, we think, and be even more prosperous in the future. So, but when we later on, when we come to not if you're going to have a railway or not, because that's not the question really for the municipality. When we come to how to deal with particular parts of this area, of course, there's going to be something that the people of Karlskoga going to have the chance to have ideas about, and tell us what I think about it and everything. Another very long answer. So something more? I'm gonna ask the guys here. Anything you wanna ask? No? talk. Right. Well, Carolina, do you have any question? You seen other presentations? So
No, don't have. But I also want to say that if you have any other questions later on, you can just email us to Europan SE, and then we will ask Karlskoga about it. So if you come up with any other questions, you are free. Feel free to ask them later on.
and also, as you said, Carolina, if one of the people here that are on spot have questions and we have answered, we're going to document them so we can get those questions and answer to you as well.
Yes, exactly. So everyone will get the same information. And I hope as many as possible will do this very interesting site. I think it's a very interesting competition task to do.
I would think it's pretty rare you get a chance to work around the future travel hub the way this is. It's not that common, I guess.
No.
So.
And in one way, it's hard when you don't have so much around, but in another way, it's also a possibility to do something very unique.
Yeah. You really should feel free to, well, go about some crazy ideas if you want, because even if just those exact ideas maybe cannot be accomplished, it's always going to come something else going to come out of it that's going to put the mind further, and you find something that's going to be right for this project here. So it's very free to choose how to do this.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to turn around so you remember who I am, who I look like.
Who has been talking?
Yeah. So at the end of this presentation, or is there something else we need to do right now?
Bosse, now we hear you a bit bad. I think you're...
Okay.
now we hear.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I didn't want you to see me that close, actually. Yeah. Okay, but should we thank you all that been watching and listening, and hope you're going to choose Alfred Nobels Karlskoga. As you know, if you choose us, maybe you get to see a little bit of that is inspired by him, and still inspiring Karlskoga as a place and a town.
Yes, and I forgot to say that in the beginning that we have recorded this site visit, so we will later on also put them on our homepage. Yes.
I'm going to go with Anne so she can say hi as well here.
Yeah. Hi. City architect of Karlskoga.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But thank you so much, Bosse and Anne, and thank you all for participating in this site visit. Yes.